Meet Stickman. From the outside, he looks like an ordinary guy. He has plans, ambitions, and a New Year's resolution list. He isn't lazy, and he isn't stupid. But there is one problem. Stickman lives on autopilot. He performs the same micro-actions as 90% of the people around him. He thinks these are just little things. But right now, brick by brick, these little things are building a wall between him and his dreams. Let's see how this happens. 7 a.m. The alarm clock rings. Stickman's brain is still in a deep recovery phase. It needs oxygen, light, and water. But Stickman ignores physiology. His hand's first movement is a reflex. He reaches under the pillow for his phone. It's a habit that seems harmless, but it is exactly what triggers a chain reaction. Boom! The screen lights up. Blue light hits his eyes, blocking melatonin production. But what's happening inside his skull is worse. In 60 seconds, Stickman scrolls through the feed. The perfect lives of influencers, tragedies in the news, funny cats. His dopamine receptors overheat. He hasn't even gotten out of bed yet, but his emotional state is already shaken by anxiety and comparing himself to others. Stickman finally gets up, but he feels strange. He slept for 8 hours, yet his head feels heavy. Why? Because information processing is the most energy-consuming process for the body. By scrolling for half an hour, he burned 40% of his mental energy meant for making important decisions. He enters the new day already tired. Now, imagine the alternative. Stickman doesn't touch his phone. He dedicates the first 5 minutes to silence or setting his intention for the day. A glass of water kickstarts his metabolism. A short stretch gets the lymph moving. No external noise. At this moment, his brain shifts from consumption mode to creation mode. The result of such a morning? Stickman sits down to work not like a zombie, but like a predator. He has a clear mind, high concentration, and a full battery of energy. He controls his attention, not social media algorithms. A difference of one action, but the effect is colossal. 2:00 p.m. Biological clocks dictate the rules. Cortisol levels drop, attention scatters. Stickman looks at the monitor but sees no meaning. The letters are swimming. His body screams, "I need a pause." And Stickman decides to give it what he thinks is rest. He goes to the kitchen for another dose of caffeine and sugar. And while he drinks, he pulls out his phone again. Stickman thinks he is switching gears. In reality, he is swapping one type of tension for another. Caffeine borrows energy from the future, and social media continues to load his tired brain with gigabytes of useless data. 20 minutes later, the inevitable happens. Blood sugar drops sharply. The insulin crash hits. Caffeine triggers anxiety. And the information noise finally kills his cognitive abilities. Stickman returns to his desk broken, irritated, and unable to solve complex tasks. Stickman learns from his mistakes. Next time, he simply stands up and goes outside. No gadgets, a deep breath, a brisk walk. His blood gets saturated with oxygen, his muscles stretch. His brain gets true sensory rest, observing the real world, not pixels. 15 minutes later, he returns a new man. His eyes are shining. Solutions come naturally. He rebooted the system instead of overheating it. Productivity in the second half of the day is saved. Let's talk about money. Stickman is sure his salary isn't enough. But look at his route. Coffee to go every morning. It's just $5, no big deal, he thinks. But he doesn't see the coins falling out of his pocket, turning into a rushing river of expenses. Lunchtime. Stickman sees a red sign, 50% off. The hunter instinct kicks in. He buys things not because he needs them, but because they are a deal. Marketers rejoice. Stickman spent hundreds on clothes he will wear once and gadgets that will gather dust in a drawer. Evening. Stickman checks his email. A charge for an online cinema. For music. For a meditation app he opened a year ago. These small amounts are like leeches. They silently suck out his budget while Stickman sleeps. He is paying for air. When his own money runs out, Stickman pulls out a credit card. The magic plastic allows him to buy pleasure now and pay later. But later comes with interest. Every impulsive credit purchase is a kettlebell on his leg that he will have to drag for months. End of the year. Stickman looks at a photo of the house by the sea he dreamed of. Then he looks into his empty wallet. No money. But if you count all the little things, coffee, snacks, impulsive buys, that very vacation or the down payment for an apartment is lying right there. He ate his dream. Life constantly offers Stickman a choice. Here is healthy food, books, the gym. They look boring. They require effort right now, and the result is promised only in a year. Stickman's brain, ancient and lazy, resists this. And here is a fast food kiosk, video games, and endless TV shows. They sparkle, they smell good, they promise instant pleasure. This is cheap dopamine. No need to strain, just open your mouth or press a button. And Stickman, like a moth, flies to this light. A deal takes place. Stickman gives away his most valuable assets, his time, health, and potential. In return, he gets a greasy burger or a new level in a game. At this moment, he literally throws the books and dumbbells into the trash. He trades long-term happiness for a second of joy. Yes, for 15 minutes he feels good. His brain is flooded with chemical pleasure. Stickman feels like the king of the world. But the problem with cheap dopamine is that it decays very quickly, demanding a new dose. The party ends. The dopamine hangover begins. Stickman sits among pizza boxes with a heavy stomach and emptiness in his soul. He realizes he killed time but didn't become better. And the useful things remained lying in the corner, covered in the dust of missed opportunities. Look at Stickman now. He walks with difficulty. Behind his back is a huge, overflowing sack. These aren't stones. This is the weight of all those harmless decisions he has been making for years. Excess weight from fast food, debt from useless purchases, anxiety from the phone. The little things have added up to an unbearable burden. Right now, Stickman has reached the main crossroads of his life. To the left is a wide, well-trodden road. 90% of people go there. This is the path of inertia. Live like everyone else. Don't stick out. Rest in front of the TV. This is a path to nowhere. To the right is a narrow path going uphill. It requires effort. But there, at the top, shines the sun of the life Stickman actually wants. Can he change? Yes, but not starting Monday and not starting New Year's. Stickman takes a deep breath and takes a step onto the right path. Right now. He takes his phone, the symbol of eternal distraction, and throws it into the trash. He sheds the first pound of excess weight. The math of life is simple. If nothing changes, in 5 years Stickman will turn into a tired, sick person on a couch, full of regrets. It is inevitable. But if he changes the vector by just 1 degree today, in 5 years a strong, successful, and free person will be standing at the top of the mountain. Stickman did it. Can you? He is looking at you. In his hand is a pencil. Behind his back is a blank sheet. Your life is not what happens to you. It is what you draw with your decisions every day. Stop being a spectator. Pick up the pencil. Don't mess up your drawing.